Hello everyone and welcome to our channel, and today I'll be reading a multi-character listener by me. So let's get into it. Scaramouche. It was honestly not his fault. It was a situation that he had been dragged into. This lady had asked for his help, and of course, since he was trying to be a better person, he thought maybe it wouldn't be so bad to help someone once in a while. Apparently, he was very, very wrong about that. Because then, as soon as she saw a certain man, she grabbed him by the face and kissed him, without his own consent, too. He had tried to pull away from her, and just then you happened to walk in at the worst moment possible to see them both kissing, and you had slapped him, shoving him away from her. "You filthy cheater," you said, yelling at him with tears in your eyes. "Lion, please give me a second. I was not cheating, I can explain," he says, but you're not listening. You just shove him off, yelling at him about how he betrayed your trust, he hurt you and wounded you with what choices he made. He couldn't get a word out, unable to tell you a single thing. And that was how it ended. You leaving him alone in the street. He would have a very, very long explanation for this, and that would take a lot for you to believe him, considering what you saw with your own eyes. Eventually, you do. Venti? Venti was, well, he was very drunk. He had no idea what he was seeing. And this lady started flirting with him. And soon, she was kissing him. He tried to push her off, but he was not very strong. And that's when you came and saw him. You didn't really see that he was pushing her off. You thought that he was into it or something. And that's exactly why you dragged the lady off of him and took him into a secluded spot, planning to yell at him. But then he grabbed you and hugged you tightly, burying his face into your chest. "Thank you, Ian. This creep wouldn't get off of me. I'm so tired. Would you take me home?" he says, and you can tell he's not in his right state of mind. That she forced a kiss upon him. How dare she? You honestly wanted to punch her in the face, but you couldn't do that. So, you had settled for the next best thing and your priority right now, which was to get Venti home, and the rest could come later. Xiao? Xiao was an absolute sweetheart, and he would never, ever cheat on you. But the thing is, he didn't mean to do this. He'd accidentally kissed her because he had tripped, and they had fallen on top of each other, their lips meeting. And you had thought that you were just catching him at a romantic moment where he was cheating on you. The poor boy. He truly didn't mean this. But as soon as he'd pushed her off, you were walking away. And he was just trying to catch up with you. "Mayan, wait. Wait for me, please." Eventually, you came to a stop, frustrated and angry but wanting some sort of closure, even if he would tell you that he was in fact cheating. But then, you saw the way his eyes were red with tears, and he looked afraid. "I wasn't cheating on you. I promise. It was an accident. A very bad one, and you may think I'm lying to you, but I'm not. Please, Wayan, look at me. I would never, ever touch anyone else, let alone cheat on you. It was an accident." "An accident? Would you explain how so?" And he does. And you believe him because, well, just Xiao's not a liar. And he's not a cheater either. And you hug him, apologizing for thinking the worst. He can't really blame you. You had seen something with your eyes, and it was hard to doubt a sight like that. Tighnari? Tighnari, oh poor man. Once he was caught, he knew there would be a huge fight between the two of you. He was not trying to kiss her, but this lady, she was a fan of him, and she went up and kissed him. He hadn't pushed her off in time, and you just happened to see him at the worst moment possible. But then, before you could run away, he caught you by the arm and kissed you. But then you pushed him off, telling him you didn't want a kiss from a cheater like him. Ryan, come on. Don't be like that. You know he would never do this to you. But you would. I can see it now. Look at you. And then he just took a deep breath and held your hand, squeezing it. She was just a fan of mine. I didn't push her off in time. But I promise I would never look at anyone else. My heart belongs to you, Ian. You know it does. It beats for you. So think about things and come talk to me tomorrow. And you sigh, nodding and leaving. But once you do think, you'll find that he really wasn't lying to you. He could never cheat on you like that. Albedo. Albedo never really expected to be put in this situation. But here it is. He has no idea what to do. And honestly, it was all an accident, but he wasn't sure how you could explain that. Mayan, please, you know who I am. You know I love you. Well, I'm not so sure about that anymore. Have you looked at yourself? What you've done? Mayan, be patient with me. That's all I ask. I can explain this. Well, you can go on. Try. Try to lie to me, Albedo. He was not going to lie to you. Look, this lady, she was being followed, and she asked me to pretend to be her boyfriend and kiss her. So that person would go away. And that's all I did. I didn't like her or anything. So you kissed her. You chose to kiss her, even though you know you and I are dating. It's not that simple, Ryan. Not everything's so simple and straightforward like that. Well, what is it then? Tell me what it is so we can know. I don't know. Are you that mad at me? I love you. You know I do. You know I would never cheat on you. I don't know what to think, Albedo. How about you just leave for a little bit so I can think about things and make sure you're not lying to me? And he nods, sighing in defeat, knowing there is no arguing with you, especially when you were in a sour mood like that.